Keeping a close eye on your forecast, another hot day is expected across the Gulf Coast and really no end in sight. But what can you expect as we approach closer towards the weekend? I'll be breaking down all those details coming up.
The same for us, more heat.
Yeah, that is exactly right, Joe. We have heat, and more heat only continuing into next week with really no relief in sight. If you've been eyeing social media, you might follow some meteorologists closer towards northern Alabama. They've been talking about a cold front that's going to be pushing in, helping to knock down their temperatures just a little bit. The mid-south even looking at daytime highs in the 80s. Unfortunately, we are not part of that. Not expecting any cool down anytime soon. We're going to continue to stay warm and above average all the way until the end of next week. But taking a look at satellite and radar right now, what we do have is plenty of sunshine out there, some cloud cover developing just closer towards central to northern Alabama and Mississippi up towards Tennessee. And then we still have Debbie churning just further inland. The system moved further inland just within the past few hours. And so the sustained winds 40 miles per hour. It is weakening. It moved back over the Atlantic, strengthened, and now it's really beginning to lose some of that. One of the biggest changes that I noticed during that 10 a.m. advisory update from the National Hurricane Center was that speed tracking north-northwest at 10 miles per hour, still bringing in quite a bit of rainfall and still some very breezy winds. Here locally, things are calm and quiet. It's just hot out there, but we're seeing plenty of sunshine. Those blue skies out there, things look great. Temperatures resting in the upper 80s, dew points lower 70s, and so feeling more like 96. Feels like temperatures all across the Gulf Coast, they're going to be ranging heading into today. Our inland counties going to be feeling much better in comparison to the coastal counties. And that's where we're mainly seeing those heat advisories still in effect, with the feels like temperatures already at 108 in Gulf Shores, 102 in Navarre, and 106 in Destin. Over the next few hours, temperatures not as hot heading into today. That will be the good news. We're still going to be maxing out well above average for this time of year, ranging just from the lower to even upper 90s. Feels like temperatures still even getting into the triple digits for many spots. Now, coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to be talking more about your forecast, what you can expect as we approach closer towards the weekend. All of that is coming up soon. Joe. Exactly right. Things were okay to start off for this morning. We saw plenty of sunshine, things staying dry. However, by this afternoon, it's going to be hot out there. But taking a live view outside right now, things look nice from our Battleship Memorial camera, but those feels like temperatures 102 degrees. I'll be talking more about this heat coming up when we come back.
I think it was yesterday, Jen. A lot of excitement.
It was a lot of excitement for the pandas, and so hey, maybe go check them out while you can. Well, just a reminder, right now is also a great time to download the Fox 10 weather app. That way you can stay updated on the forecast. We've been talking about the hot temperatures. We still have that heat advisory in effect. Nicholas just did an updated video, mainly just talking about the extended tropical outlook. In case you want to go check that out, that's available now on our Fox 10 weather app. You can also have radar and the temperatures right in the palm of your hand just to know what's going on. And I'll tell you this, it's easy to know what's going on because everywhere it is hot out there right now. Plus, also one last thing I wanted to talk about too, and that's going to be submitting your pics and videos. We've been showing your school photos all throughout the morning. This is another great option to submit that, and also your dog photos and any weather photos and videos that you see out there. But let's dive deeper into your forecast as you're picking up your kids after school today. It's going to be another hot one. Temperatures resting in the mid-90s, possibly even feeling warmer out there once you take that humidity into account. Again, surprise them if it was their first day of school. Go get a slushie or a nice cold drink as they're getting into the car or arriving home from school. Just a nice thing, a nice little happy as they're enjoying their first day, and a good way to help cool them down. And also, I did want to mention this too, the Climate Prediction Center, the CPC. They always put out these outlooks. This one is going to be for August 16th to August 22nd. So really midweek next week into next weekend, and still looking at above average temperatures. These are all in probabilities. And so the darker the color, closer towards red, it's just higher chances of seeing above average temperatures. Typically we're around 91. So we are expected to stay well above average and have good chances of it heading into next week. No cold snap in sight. We'll keep looking for it and keep you updated, but I'll have a final look at your forecast coming up in just a little bit. Here is a live view from the Fox 10 News studio camera at the very top of our tower, brought to you by Netherland Air Conditioning. A beautiful look out there. We'll be right back with 3 to know before you go.
And on that note, we had an earlier story saying that today was International Cat Day.
Yes, so happy International Cat Day to all the kitties out there. You and I both have cats.
Pixie, who we adopted during COVID.
Yes, and then we have Mowgli, which someone in our neighborhood rescued from the parking lot at Daphne High School. So
great stories. We're happy to have them and glad that that one was rescued as well. All right, moving on to the forecast. We've got a few things to talk about, but mainly the same thing that we've been talking about, which is heat.
That's exactly right. I can't even say it's rinse and repeat because we haven't been seeing any of the rain in the forecast. It's just hot, hot, hot and continuing to stay that way into next week. We do not have any cold snap in sight, so it's going to be so important. Just stay hydrated, take it easy, take breaks if you're spending time outdoors. We will start to introduce some very isolated rain shower chances heading closer towards the weekend and into next week, but also no major shots at rain. So make sure your lawn and your plants are getting plenty of water during this time, just because we are going to be staying pretty dry. It's hot out there. Make sure your pets are also limiting their time outdoors. Hot and steaminess will continue well above average for this time of year. Be cautious of those sports practices now that they're underway. Plenty of water needs to go with them.
Yeah, I know a lot of people sometimes turn their sprinklers off during the wetter months here because we are the most precipitous area in the country from time to time. But right now, if you've got those lawn systems, you might want to turn them back on.
You need to turn it back on. We'll keep you updated here on Fox 10. Have a great Thursday, everyone.